안녕하세요, 훈이입니다. 오늘 해볼 게임은 더 포가튼 시티, 더 포가튼 시티. 스카이림 해보신 분들은 다 아실 거예요. 스카이림 모드로 나왔다가 아예 그냥 새로운 게임으로 독립적으로 나온 거라는데, 저는 스카이림을 했는데 기억이 안 나요, 이 모드에 대해서. 스카이림 한 지가 너무 오래전이라 가지고. 일단은 뭐 스포일러 피하게 도와주세요. 나는 콘텐츠 크리에이터까지는 아니지만 그래도 뭐 어찌됐던 스포일러가 잔뜩 담겨 있다는 거, 시작을 바로 해보도록 하겠습니다. 세 명이서 4년 동안 개발하셨대요. 계속 응원을 부탁드립니다. 구독을 부탁드립니다. 내가 하고 싶은 말이다. 멀티 엔딩을 지원하는 추리 게임이라네요. 현재 프레젠트.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
딱 완전 스카이림 재질이다. 체형? 남자 여자? 남자요. 피부색은 일단은 좀 귀족스럽게 하얀색. 내 이름 잠시만요. 한글 된다. 제 이름은 훈이입니다.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
뭐야 이게? 고대 유적은 직업 같은 건가 봐요. 고고학자, 첩보임무, 군인. 통찰력. 첩보임무는 탄창의 10발. 도망자. 법의 손길에서 도망치면서 속도가 25% 증가. 기억이 안 나. 기억 상실. 고통의 둔감. 다 마음에 안 드는데. 고고학자요.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
그 전에 내가 먼저 질문을 좀 해도 될까요?
Oh, of course. Sorry,
넌 누구냐?
I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
하나만 고를 수 있는 건 아니겠지? 전부 고를 수 있겠지? 일단 유적.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al.
그 다음에 L은 누구야?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not
남자야?
long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
여긴 어디야?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
도움은?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
그럼 네 사연.
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my
끝없이
whole life in a
출근하면서
dead-end
미래도
job
없는
with
일에
an
평생을
endless
보냈어.
commute. Know what I mean?
대부분 그렇게 살아. 이름이 뭐야? What's your name?
I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
이거는 하나만 고를 수 있을 것 같다. 야, 내가 도움을 주는데 이름 정도는 알려주는 게 예의 아닐까?
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Karen. 이름 때문에 놀림 많이 받았나 봐. 원래대로라면은 제 성격 같아선 이거 고를 것 같은데 좀 색다르게 해봐야 재밌겠죠. 게임이니까 어차피. 근데 왜 이름을 계속 숨기려 든 거예요?
Look, if you really want to know all the tragic details, perhaps I can fill you in after you find Al?
예, 다 물어봤습니다.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
밝아졌어요, 갑자기. 거절하자도 있네요. 가는 김에.
My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
전투는 거의 없고 이렇게 퀘스트 하는 거만 있다고 그러던데? 거의 대부분? 드래그? 여기가 바이어자드인데? 오케이. 이걸로 이동을 하고. 캐런?
Back already? What's up?
몇 가지 궁금한 게
Of course.
더
What did you wanna know?
있어서요. 됐어요.
What am I, an idiot? Great. Thanks again. And please, hurry.
아줌마 제 스타일은 아니네요. 뭐야? 이거 완전 스카이림인데? 점프 없나? 없나봐요.
The ruins are just beyond those columns.
알았어.
Please,
기다려봐.
hurry.
조작이 익숙하지 않아가지고. 완전 스카이림이야. 못 가. 어허. 이게 유적이구나. 시야각은 이 정도면은 넓은 것 같아요. 1인칭 치고는. 뭐야? 이거 막 빠지면 죽고 그런 거 아니지? 질주. 빨리 알려줘. 뭐 없겠지? 주변에. 가자. 그냥 들어가자. 쪽지.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
들어갔어. LC는 지금 로마로 간 거야. 나도 가면 돼. 어씨. 왼쪽 밑에 뭐가 생겼어요. 물이구나. 물이었어. 다행히 물로 떨어져서 안 죽었어. 그들이 보고 있음을 항상 명심해라. 그들이 누군데? 얘네들이야? 얘네들인가 봐요. 약간 그 메두사 돌 그 느낌인데? F5, F9 똑같네. F5, F9. 석상들이 이제 뭔가에 놀란 느낌이야. 어디까지 가야 돼? 아, 저기까지 가야 되나봐. 떨어지면 죽을 것 같고. 뭐야? 엘의 흔적? 불빛을...
And whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, she'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
얘 엘인가봐요. 죽었어. 근데 목매달아서 자살한 것 같아. 그다음에 뭐 계속 가보면은 이 지금 완전 프롤로그 같고요. 근데 저기를 들어가야 이제 본 게임이 시작되는 것 같은데. 여기다. 기다려봐. 간다. 과거로 왔겠죠? 뭐야? 원점으로 소지품. 가자. 얘 아까 걔잖아.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
거짓말. 영어 할 줄 아세요?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too,
Can you
although
speak
your accent's a little
English?
strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again.
안 통하네.
Who are you? And what were you
생긴
doing
거랑
at the
다르.
shrine?
똑똑한데? 미래에서 왔어요.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the
용사다.
head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome.
나는 용사다. 아, 고마워해야 되냐?
But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple.
아, 얘
for
그건가 봐.
you.
튜토리얼.
Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
법이요?
Not laws, law. There's just
황금
one
황금률은
golden
엘든링
rule,
아닌가?
and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let
치안판사.
him fill you in. So then, you coming?
치안판사가 흥박 아닐까? 그래, 같이 가.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were
A를
people living
누르면
down
따라간대.
here. But as you can see, we've got a nice little community now.
지금 지가 자동으로 움직였어요. 저 아무것도 안 하고
Only
있거든요.
23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since
23명.
nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
여자애다.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your
잘생긴
handsome
친구.
new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your
내가 좀
loincloth,
잘생겼어.
Aurelia. I'm
실제로도
taking
좀
you to see the
잘생겼고.
magistrate.
That pompous old
Aurelia.
boar won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my
시점은
bar
제가
for
움직이고 있는
free
거고요.
Uh,
tonight.
politics. I'd
애들
stay clear of
이름은
it
쉽게
and
못
her
외울 것
if
같아.
I were you.
아우렐리아는 외우고 싶고.
It's
처음
not
나온
much to
이렇게.
say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or
점쟁이?
bone.
Don't mind
리비아.
Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since. Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
게임마다 꼭 한 명씩 나오는 미친
Up here on
놈이.
your right is the
근데 알고
chasm.
보면은 저 사람
If you've got a
저런 사람들이
weapon,
하는
it
말이
belongs
진리야.
way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in
야,
the
말을
Theseus
너무
clinic
빨리 하는
in the
것 같아.
shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau
중앙고원.
is where the magistrate and the other
여기
patricians
여기
live.
여긴가 봐. 여기.
So don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
아, 난 이
You
친구가
better go with
좋은데.
him.
대머리가.
But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentinus asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me,
아,
please.
이제 못돼 보인다. 싫은데요? 왜 나를 부르죠?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the golden rule. It
엘든링이요?
shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
치안판사가 최종 보스 같아.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Oh, another one fresh out of the baths, I take it.
잘못 온 것 같아. 넌 누구냐?
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting
괜찮은데?
barbarians in here. What do you
부지런히?
want?
여기서 나가는 법을 아십니까?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it?
예쁜데 성깔이 좀
Well, that's just
더러우시네.
a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
내가 도와드릴까요?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
걔네는 역으로 미래로 간 거 아닐까? 근데 되게 여유롭고 침착하시네요.
Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy. I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her
네, 그렇게 보여요.
disappearance.
허세? 허세 떨어.
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and
안
never speak to me
통한
again.
거 같아요. 망한 거 같아.
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here? Get out, you horrid barbarian.
얘는 안 되겠어요. 얘는 그냥 죽여버리는 걸로. 마음에 안 들어. 당근이 보라색이라고? 아, 옛날에 당근이 보라색이었어? 너무 돌아다니면은 또 그러니까 맵 없나? 맵?
Whatever are you wearing?
아, 나 이 삘이 이거 마음에 안 드는데? 얘는 머리가 어떻게 된 거야? 짧은 머리 아니지 너? 아, 뒤에 있네요. 맵 기능이 없나? 이거 뭐야? 이거 잘못 눌렀어. 어떻게? 캔슬 안 돼? 기본이 좋아. 이건 손전등이었고, 이건 손전등 끄는 거고, 이건 뭐야? 아, 포토 모드? 여기 있다. 판사. 근데 보통 이 시대의 판사면은 대부분 나쁜 놈이죠. 나쁜 놈일 것 같아. 근데 생긴 거 좀 보자. 센티우스. 이름도
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A
훈입니다.
curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure.
학자? 내가 고고학자를 골라서 그런
Probably
건가?
wondering why I summoned
그거
you,
모르겠어요.
and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city
도시를
built deep in the
계속
mountains
왔다 갔다 탐험을
hundreds
하면서
of years ago.
미스터리 푸는 그런 거 같은데? Beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by
22명
the
중에
fates,
누가 하나
living
범인인
and working
건가?
together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
없지.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us
이런
will
데서는
die.
살고 싶지 않아.
You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning the many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
자꾸 사람들이
From what we
실종되고
can gather,
잊혀지고
breaking
그래서
the law
제목이 더
here
Forgotten
will
City인가
anger
봐요.
the gods and provoke a terrible punishment, like the curses of Medusa and Midas
그래서
combined,
하나둘씩
turning
금이
us
됐구나.
all to gold. We've come to call it
그래서
the
황금률.
golden rule. It's
Golden rule.
extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now
대사가
it seems
중심인
that
게임이라고
day is
그랬더니
finally
말이
here.
엄청 많으시네.
All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the golden rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
얘가 최종 보스인 것 같아 내 생각에는. 같이 이 질문들을 나중에도 할 수 있다? 아니야, 해봐 일단. 여기서는 어떤 행위가 죄인가요?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of
장물원도
debate about
intelligent
that in our
question.
first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
법이 언제나 도덕적인 건 아니지 않을까요?
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the
그렇게
most
잘난 척하다
civilizing
망했지,
force in
로마가.
the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond.
프라이드가 대단하네요.
From Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people
아니요.
are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us
말빨 세다.
barbaric.
할배. 맞다. 일단 유혈 스포츠 하시잖아요.
On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
그 다음에 노예도
Of
소유하시고.
course, what else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their
대화가 안
protection as
되는데.
well.
띠키타카가 안 되는데. 기독교인들 박해
You
하시고.
mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome
이교도,
last year?
사교도.
It's hard to blame the people for being angry.
로마의 기독교 박해는 되게 유명하죠. 역사 좀 아시는 분들. 그다음에 여자가 남자보다 좀
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities.
그런가요?
And the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
연자제도 맞아,
Are you
연자제.
talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
제 고향에서는요 그런 것들을 혐오스럽게
Well,
여겨요.
right now, you're a long, long
로마에
way
가면 로마법
from
따르라고요.
home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and
그걸 나보고 찾으라
treasonous
그거야?
lies
22명 중에서?
in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on
얘랑
them
같이
if I were
일단은
you.
한 편이 돼가지고 나쁜 애들을 찾는 게 주인 것 같은데 막판에 나를 통수칠 것 같아. 일단 프로세르피나가 나를 보냈다는 게 무슨 말이야?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you.
나의 정체에 대해서 어느 정도는 꿰뚫어 보고 있어요.
Do you?
이게 왜 거짓말이야? 맞잖아. 이게 거짓말이 거짓말. 맞는데요?
A pointless lie.
씨.
Please tell me,
걸렸어.
in your time, what did you see
니네 나라는 글쎄
of us,
코로나 때문에
of this city?
과거의 영광을 먹고 살고 지금은 그냥 아무것도 아닌데? 아무것도 못 봤어.
Lie all you want, but I see the truth in your eyes.
의식은 어떻게 하는 거예요?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual.
왠지 내가 재물이
I
되는
don't
엔딩도 있을 것
suppose
같아.
you saw any sign of me in the future.
황금상 좀 조사를 해볼 걸.
I assume that was me.
그래?
If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me.
이런 엔딩도 있을 것 같고, 얘가 이제
You'll try to
의식의
make sure I
재물
don't
대상이
need to
되는.
use it, won't you?
글쎄요.
Well, thank you for your candor, I suppose.
왜 직접 조사하지
Well, I
못하시는 거예요?
believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll.
아니,
seem
온지
perfectly
얼마
normal.
되지 않았으니까
As
더
for
의심하지
me,
않을까?
Well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many
왕따구만.
friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election.
썩은 줄인 것
The
같은데?
people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
알겠습니다. 와갔다. 혹시 뭐 서스피션
Do
있나요?
you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
계속 같은 카테고리의 상품군만 취급을 해서 다른 산업군에 있는 애를 데려왔다. 약간 그런 건가? 진심을 그냥 솔직하게 말을 해.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own
정치질에 나를 이용하려는 거야.
political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire
야, 그들이
city.
아니라 너가 이기심인 것
I
같아.
would be looking very carefully at them if I were.
얘 좀 마음에 안 드네요. 대화하면 할수록 내가 도와드리면은 나를 원래대로 갈 수
If I
있게
understand
도와주실
Proserpina's
건가요?
ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
그럼요. 안 될 건 뭡니까? 궁금한 거는 전부 물어봤습니다.
So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
선택의 여지가 없는 것 같은데요.
No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of
내가 재물이 되는
self-sacrifice,
엔딩 있을 것
you at
같아요.
least
배드
see
엔딩.
the sense in self-preservation.
오케이.
Wonderful.
I will.
I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone,
퀘스트
help
하라고요?
them if it'll win their trust.
어,
I authorize you to enter private homes and
누굴까?
inspect possessions and documents,
센티아?
unless of course
센티아가
you're asked
누구야?
to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
알겠습니다.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
다행히 신규 퀘스트를 우선하는 선택지. 얘 바로 착수할게요. 일단은 볼륨 좀만 높이자. 너무 보이스가 안 들려 잘. 거기가 어딘데? 이거 점프 없나? 아씨. 있다. 여기서 이렇게 가면 되지 않나? 떨어지면 죽는 거 아니겠지? 루크레티아를 괴롭히는 문제를 알아내라. 일단 가장 큰 메인 퀘스트는 이거고, 이제 자잘한 서브 퀘스트들 하면서 도시도 탐험을 하고 그러라는 것 같아요. 클로즈업. 지도는 없나? 지도 있을 것 같은데. 일단 B가 점프. 아이고. 오. 야이씨.
You've returned. Do you have any news about
아니요.
your investigation?
하나도 없는데요. 이게 대사가.
Of course. What is it?
누군지 알 것 같습니다. 뭐 한 명도 만나보지 않았는데 지금.
Why then did you say? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It looks
matter.
like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to
스카이림도
ask?
대사 진짜 많았는데 이것도 똑같네.
Ask then. Good. Now, was there something else you wanted to discuss?
에 대해서 좀
Sextus
알고
Sentius
싶어요.
Imperiosus is my name.
섹스투스
Though
센티우스
magistrate
임페리우스.
is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of
십부장.
Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the
섹스투스 이름 외우기
barbarians.
쉽다. 십부장이 뭐예요?
It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my
기병대구나?
command. This was my uniform.
근데 왜 아직도 입고 계세요?
As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you, so it seemed prudent. My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting. Now the port is usually bustling, but just as they were trying to escape a terrible fire, the next thing I knew, I was waking up on a river. I went looking for my horse, and I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it. Unfortunately, it just seems to have been very well. If I did, I'd have led these. I've had plenty of time to think about. I've always considered my guiding. Our survival and prosperity have give the gods what they want, and we all. The real enemy in this place is not the golden. I trust that answers. Thank you. I'll be wait.
웬만한 거는 대사 넘겨야겠어요. 얘 뭐하냐? 여자야 남자야? 남자구나. 검투소 스파르타쿠스? 무슨 말씀이신지.
Don't play dumb. I saw you having a shady little chat with old man Sen티우스 up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money?
당신한테는 얼마나 가치가
A
있는데요?
spit of a fornicaria.
쥐뿔도 없대.
We've lined up all the. Mark my words. Malleolus is going to be
Malleolus?
magistrate by the end of the day. You've been trying to undermine his hard-won.
방해할 생각은 없었는데요. 너무 네가 싸가지가 없어가지고.
Oh, you just made a big
생겼어요.
mistake. Malleolus is going to hear all about this, and he'll make.
너나 몰락할 준비해.
Sturcumedite.
뭐라는 거야, 이씨. 센티우스와 말레스 또 둘 다 쓰레기라는데? 이거 그냥 죽여버릴까 보다. 이씨. 맵이 있는데 제가 못 찾는 건지 일단은 키로는 안 돼요. 이런 식으로 이제 하나 둘씩 이렇게 황금으로 변해가는 건가 봐. 여기 있다. 이분이신가? 뭐야? 수색하기? 루크레티아. 남자
Give me
아니세요?
a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend.
누워있다네 여자애.
Yulia.
She was a good woman.
다시 올까요?
No. Now it's fine. I can.
와, 이거 완전 스카이림 재질이에요. 무슨 일이 있었는데요?
She was poisoned.
독살?
She came in here frothing at the mouth, and I knew Decius had some at his market stall. That'll be 1,000 denarii. Then that toad shrugs and says, supply and demand. Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from him. So all I could do is come back, and now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed.
I can help
unless you
you.
have the power to bring someone back from, get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day. I don't care how you get it. I swear to the gods below, not even the golden
자꾸. 예, 알겠습니다.
Well, come back if you get
일단 그냥
sick
주는
or
것부터 좀
injured.
하나씩
Day or
해야겠어요.
night, I'll do what I can.
예. 그 전에 대화 조금만 더 해봅시다.
Feeling all right?
Feeling alright?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is. I'm tired and out of my depth, and
어떻게?
my husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He and I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dad. So I waited for the right time to, as he prepared to evacuate our villa. I could barely see for the smoke, and the next thing I remember, I was weak.
유감이네요.
It's all right. Say what you will about this place. At least my
찾아올 것
fornicate,
같은데?
and while there's no shortage of snakes.
여기서 일하는 이유는요?
This shrine was in you, kind of strange to set up, but the god who inflicts a curse.
그다음에 나에비아.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. This changes everything. She kept the last time I saw her, the last time any of, and then she shut herself in the palace. She's been gone so long now. We figure she's either dead or. But I really wish I could reach her,
쟤네 뭔가
because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem. One of my patients is suffering from terrible.
누구예요?
I really shouldn't say.
왜?
He wouldn't like. He's become so irritable that the smallest thing set him off. I just know Navia would know how to treat him.
네이비아?
Assuming she's still alive.
이건 되게.
Thanks, I suppose.
여기서 나가는 법을
I
아세요?
wish some people here need. Just don't get sick or injured here.
황금률.
A city without sin might sound good on paper, but snakes like Decius will always find loopholes. Absolutely nothing.
율리아.
Sure. What do you really
독살
want to
오
know?
자살.
I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely.
중독의
Hemlock, I
원인
believe.
독미나리?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not a. Gladly. Well, come back if.
아이고, 퀘스트가 시작부터 엄청 많구만. 이거 보니까 이거 스카이림의 연금술 생각난다. 조각상. 별 볼 일 없는데?
May Apollo keep you safe.
예, 율리아. 수색하게 아이템 없음. 없대요. 그러면은 맵이 분명히 있을 텐데 맵이 없을 리가 없는데. 말레올루스 닫힌 문 너머 발바닥에 박힌 가시 죽어가는 사람 데시우스를 설득해서 실피엠 레진을 받으라고? 아까 그 데시우스 두꺼비 같다. X를 누르면 마커 경로가 표시된다? 이렇게? 두꺼비 같지 않은데?
Hey Virgil,
오히려
how much would you want to make me a bow?
근데 목소리
I'm not making you a
누구랑
bow.
말하시는
But
거예요?
why?
You know why.
얘요?
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
야, 말 좀 끊어. 뭐야? 신규
Salve,
단서?
stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm De시우스.
두꺼비 같지는 않은데?
Terrible shame what happened to Yulia.
일단은 CPO 좀.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
야, 나 돈 없어 임마. 생명을 살리려게 바가지를 씌우고 다녀.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
take or leave it. 들었어요?
Hear what?
속삭이는 소리.
You sure you're feeling all
갔다
right?
왔어요.
If you're hearing things,
네이비야.
she claimed the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else, but I digress.
제가 그냥 가져가면 어떨까요?
Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd...
빼앗아 도망쳐? 정말 원하는 거 아니겠죠? 넘겨.
Do you think I don't know a bluff when I see one?
이씨. 어디서 내가 그 돈을
That's hardly
구할
my
수 있을까요?
concern.
사이드 퀘스트 해야
But if you
될까요?
get a job, very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something.
사연을
I
좀
mean, how did I end
말해주세요.
up here?
들어보죠.
All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional... Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot... See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. So I gather my coins and some priceless vases into a cart. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people. But, to my surprise, we make it. And I see this barge load, but the captain's happy to take my coin. So I start boarding. No, too heavy. The cart or the girl.
얘는 왠지 수레를 골랐을 것
Of
같아.
course I chose the
Good
cart.
butters.
I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because... And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody...
어떻게 되는지 데려갔다는 거예요?
No, I dived in after, of course. Aren't you paying attention? Only, I guess I must have hit my... When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank.
정당한 대가를 치른 것
I couldn't
같은데.
agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but look around you. There must be more gold in here.
어떻게 나가야 돼?
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I'm...
아우렐리아?
Some people here are a little shaky.
끝까지 몰랐네.
Oh yeah, gotta watch out.
황금률.
It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much... Of course, I have an idea for generate. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck.
치안판사가 무기를
Oh,
구하지
well,
않았나요?
technically yes, but...
뭐야 이거 퀘스트야? 퀘스트 같아.
Thank you,
노력해보죠.
friend.
누구에게 투표하실 거예요?
I mean, Sentinus couldn't even keep his daughter safe.
자기
What
딸?
hope does he have of protecting us?
센티우스에게 투표하실 생각은?
Not going to happen.
not gonna happen이래요.
Very well. Another time.
오케이. 어떻게 훔쳐야 돼? 어디 있는데? 저기 여기가 아니구나. 밖이구만.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
그냥 훔치라고? 잠깐만 일단 또 와봐. 얘가 안 볼 때 훔쳐야 되는데. 이거 훔치면 게임 오버 될 수도 있을 것 같은데. 훔쳐. 치안판사를 따라 성소. 뭐야.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
잠깐. 왜 이래? 오씨. 내가 지금 나쁜 짓 해서 이렇게 된 건가 봐. 무서워. 뭐야. 왜 이래? 엔딩? 약간 엔딩 같은데? 첫 번째 엔딩이 뭐지 이 황당무계함은? 헐 다시 백 어떻게 된 거야?
Salve, friend.
뭐야?
I'm Galerius. Mind
나
telling
완전
me who you
무한
are
루트.
and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina? I don't think. Oh, I guess I'm. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry.
뭔데? 밧줄 장치 손잡이.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles.
어디?
And if it doesn't work, worse. But don't worry. It's all
어,
right. See you
대머리
around.
친구. 아, 요거다. 여기다 하는 거 아닌가? 아닌가? 맞다. 맞아요. 오. 아, 그 약간 조작감 스카이림이랑 비슷하네. 아씨, 됐다. 지금 퀘스트 율리아가 죽기 전에 다시 전달을 해라. 잠깐만, 그럼 아이템이? 아, 여기 있네. 훔친 거. 죽었는데?
What are you doing in here? Can't she needs the resin of a plant called
여기 있다.
what? Quick, Yulia. Hopefully in a moment she that was extraordinary. How did you know she needed
율리아가 아프다는 소식을 듣고 약을 찾으러 갔었어요.
But how could you know she needed this exact medicine? You just saved a person's life, and and maybe she can tell us who poisoned her. In the
이렇게?
meantime, I'm happy to help you. Oh no. So there was one other person who, but that was Navia. Well, she used until she this changed the last time, and then but one of
계속하세요.
he's become so irritable that I just know Navia.
바로 척사죠.
Really?
야, 산 거야, 죽은 거야?
Feeling all right? That's a shame.
아, 일단 잠깐 해봤는데 좀 게임이 약간 특이해요. 되게 특이하고 재밌는데 선택에 따라서 이제 엔딩이 좀 달라지고. 그런데 이제 단점이 말이 너무 많아. 스카이림도 말이 너무 많아가지고 제가 초반에는 좀 열심히 듣다가 막 중반 넘어가면서부터는 대부분 스킵을 했거든요. 근데 여기도 그래야 될 것 같아. 말이 너무 많아가지고 일단 퀘스트 하나씩 하면서 그러다 보면은 이 주요 목표를 달성할 수 있지 않을까, 그렇게 합니다. 다음에 이어갈지 좀 생각을 좀 해봐야겠어요. 시청해주신 분들 감사합니다.